The Letterman is a book by one of Nigeria's foremost journalists, Mustikilu Mojid. It tells what he says are the secrets of the many letters written by Olusegun Obasanjo to different people in and outside Nigeria. The author says former President Obasanjo is one of the unsung heroes of Nigeria and Africa because of his investment in peace on the continent. He says the various letters are expressions of pure patriotism and loyalty to the Nigerian state.
Once, Obasanjo had a meeting with Alabi Sama and other officers during the war. And as Alabi Sama was returning to his post, Obasanjo was writing to him about the meeting they already had, documenting what they discussed at the meeting, and telling Alabi Sama how he felt about it. One thing that I noticed, maybe I'm right or wrong, is that Obasanjo appeared, I think Bishop Kuka hinted at that, Obasanjo appeared to have some kind of moral superiority over his superiors and subordinates, which is why the way he speaks to people and nobody is able to do anything about it.
Halfway into the program, the letterman walked in. He jokingly said, though the author didn't get his permission to write the book, he did a good job.
I read the book. I was completely flabbergasted by the amount of work that he has done in writing the book. So I was torn between what should I do or what should I not do. One, he didn't tell me before he wrote the book, but he has done an excellent job.
To put the matter to rest, Obasanjo explains why he wrote, writes, and will still write letters.
I believe very much in letter writing. Very much so. And I don't believe that letter writing is out of date. Because you have to communicate. Your letter must be such that is relevant, is realistic, and it is purposeful and goes to the point to address the issue you want to address.
The book reviewer, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese Matthew Hassan Kuka, describes Obasanjo as a thoroughbred nation builder and a leader with foresight. He says Nigerian leaders must be lettered and vast in record keeping to enrich national discourse and institutional growth.
It speaks to the fact that each and every one of us has a contribution to make. It is not a stretch to say that General Obasanjo is a great man. And the story of his life would seem to belie Tolstoy's views until you realize that Obasanjo is a walking contradiction, the most ordinary and the most extraordinary of men. He was born with great talents and abilities. He has leveraged these to achieve great things and greatness, and has also had greatness thrust upon him by circumstances, by man and God.
The book is a call to duty that those who will rule this country should be people who are properly lettered. People who will be able to discern what is right from what is wrong by their own abilities. You could see clearly, reading through some of the work, especially the letters reproduced, that you see the consistency of the letterman himself.
All you have to do is look into his eyes when he's speaking, and you'll know the depth of this man. He's extremely intelligent, very discerning, very sharp, very firm, very, very tough. And most importantly, he's very patriotic. He loves this country with a passion.
As we begin the process of recording the history of Nigeria and his role in Nigeria, the letterman is one of the many that will yet come. Because the history of Nigeria cannot be written without a significant portion about the role and activities of President Obasanjo. I always told him before he left office that history will greatly remember him. We will not remember his petty quarrels. We will not remember his abuses to people. But we'll remember that he rewrote the balance sheet of Nigeria. That from a debtor nation, he brought our balance sheet clean.
Among dignitaries present at the book presentation were a former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode, who represented the presidential candidate of the APC, and a former Minister of Aviation, Osita Chidoka, who represented the presidential candidate of the PDP.